procedures, the Dash scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your Dash scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in at Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got DeMarne Pierson-El streaming in. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, channel 961. And Facebook, if you got it. We do got Royals on right now, though. 0-0, bottom of the second inning versus the Cincinnati Reds. When that one wraps up, we should be back live with the Malone radio show. But like I said, until then, you have to listen via the streams. Download that Ticket app already if you don't. But let's bring him in. DeMarne Pierson-El, how's it going on? It's still Seattle. I'm not even going to call it Lincoln. They said there was going to be sun today, and it's still raining.
I don't think it's quite Seattle. That's a bit dramatic, but I get what you're saying. Not too bad. It hasn't been as bad as Lincoln.
No, not as bad. Someone give Mother Nature a hug, at least in the Midwest. Like, she's just not feeling great. She's been crying for like a week straight. I'm over it. I'd say that much.
The flu's going around, so Mother Nature, might got the flu. She might be a little under.
Yeah, when I got the flu, I don't take it out on society. All right, I'm not going to talk about the weather. Well, leave Mother Nature alone. We do got Royals. We also got Jordy Ball. She won the National Softball Player of the Year. Any surprises there to see Jordy Ball get it?
No.
Obviously, phenomenal season. The bat was hot. The pitching was elite all year round.
No, not surprised at all.
And she's coming back. Add that cherry. We talked about it yesterday. The softball team, 4 seniors. I think it comes out to 4 seniors. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And you are losing some really good seniors. Don't get me wrong. But you're not losing a big bulk of your team, and you're getting the definitive softball player of the year back as a senior in her final hoorah. This roster, like we said yesterday, it's a bitter end to it, but accomplished a lot. You lost to a really good Tennessee team, but this team's going to be back next year, and Jordy Ball does get that National Player of the Year. And then we still got to talk about Oklahoma baseball. We got them on Friday. We've talked about the SEC, but the one thing about Oklahoma that's going to be interesting is they're really good on the mound. It's going to be very similar, I think, Oregon game plan, where Oklahoma's strength is really on the mound, and you may make an argument that they got some better hitting as well. Otherwise, I don't know if I can say that, though. Give me your thoughts. Oklahoma's strength is definitely the pitching. How do you want Nebraska to kind of come out and attack it? I know you're not the biggest baseball guy out there, but when you got pitchers that are elite, in your eyes, how do you come out and attack that? I'm thinking about that Oregon game.
Definitely. I think that the playbook is definitely identical to that. You have to come out and your bat has to be hot automatically. You have to apply pressure from that standpoint, get them uncomfortable, kind of get them off balance and out of their plan and everything like that. Hopefully, with a few errors here and there. coming into the picture, still a base or two, still a run or two, to kind of, all you need to do is score one, even if it's 1-0, the whole way there, hopefully, defense is sharp enough and our pitching is sharp enough to, to kind of to will us through that. And it's not just, one game, you got to kind of, hopefully that magic still runs its course through to help you over that hump. It won't be necessarily easy, especially, with as dominant as their pitching can be. Hopefully it's not one of those games to where, things get ugly fast.
Yeah, and this why I threw the Oregon game out there. It's like when I think of it, you got to do exactly what they did versus Oregon. Is like don't give the pitchers too much credit.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you start giving them that credit and they can feel that you're second guessing or you're unsure. I mean, that's when their stuff's hot. That's when they're feeling good and they're like, I know I got this guy second guessing every other pitch. Easier said than done when you're going up against some elite pitching. But they showed it against Oregon. I mean, they played really well and they didn't give those pitchers. They respected them, but they didn't fear them. And I guess that's the way to put it. So, and that's kind of what I'm hoping in this one is in Nebraska's bats, if they stay hot. And for the pitchers, same thing. We saw it in the Big Ten tournament. We just had some really good innings from a lot of our guys. They're willing to go out there way later, not just the 3 innings, but 4 innings, and you're just able to protect your bullpen a little bit more. And it worked out for Nebraska, especially when they had 2 games in that one day. So really just both sides of it. Like the pitchers, like go ahead, attack that strike zone. SEC was below 500 in conference, or not SEC. Oklahoma was below 500 in SEC conference play. So again, SEC, that doesn't mean that they're a bad team, but they're not the top dogs in it, though they did have a good showing in their SEC tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking at the last few games for Oklahoma, just to give you an idea of what they were looking like coming into it, they did have a pretty rough end to the regular season before picking it back up in their tournament, but they beat Ole Miss in their first 2 games. They dropped 1, and then they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-game losing skid, but it was to Ole Miss, 3 to Kentucky, 1 to Texas. They catch 1 on Texas, they drop 1, then they get to that.
That's a brutal schedule.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Like that's pretty ugly. Like I understand why they went on a 5-game losing streak. None of those teams are easy in the SEC. Texas, before they were even in the SEC, I think had a pretty good baseball program. Is that what coach left? Did a coach leave from A&M to go to Texas, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, it was. I forgot about that whole scandal. It was Texas A&M to Texas.
Yes. So I mean, they got a pretty good coach like that. Texas wasn't. I wouldn't say they were terrible, but I mean they were still pretty good.
Yeah, Schlossnagel. Jim.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
I forgot about that. There was a lot of drama there. That was right after.
He said he wasn't leaving, and then I think like the next day or something like, or after that press conference, he was gone. Like it was over.
That's just the rare in though. I saw an Oregon recruit, the other day jump into a pool with Dan Lanning just for, I think not even 2 weeks later for him to decommit. So I can't even, the coaches, like, I don't like it from everybody. That's my stance on it. I just don't talk the talk if you don't mean it. Like, if you're saying that means when the next big fat paycheck flies your way, that you don't take it because you said what you said. So that's all we're at, like, players and coaches alike. I don't care.
They got a family to feed too. So I mean, if it's a bigger paycheck, I'm not. You're not wrong, but I mean, every man for themselves at some point in time.
Oh, I totally get it. Like, listen, that's what all I'm saying is like, don't say I'm not leaving, because if there's a check that might make you leave, just don't say it. You can say a lot of things that are great about the program and how much you love the program without promising you're not leaving. Yeah. That's my only. I think it's just a slope that players and coaches are both guilty of a lot. Like, you're just giving yourself a lot of negative press if you don't promise things. If you just got to really keep in mind, like, everyone's got a number. So if you make that promise, understand that you're going to have to shoot down that number because you made a promise. But yeah, that was the road for, on a little tangent there. That is the road for Oklahoma. And if you look at the beginning of the year, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 straight wins for Oklahoma. And then they dropped 1, and then they won 5 straight again. So like this is a really good team. We talk about it all the time. It's just when you get into that SEC conference play,
it's going to be brutal for anybody. Like unless you can really match up with, especially the talent in that sport, in that conference. I mean, of the last 5 years, how many SEC teams have won, the College World Series? I would probably say 3 to 4, probably.
Yeah, we've looked at it in the past. I could tell you what the exact, but it's very SEC dominant, as one might imagine. ACC will sneak in there too.
Yeah.
Big Ten, not so much. Big Ten, really, really not at all. I think Michigan might have been the last one for us
a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not. Big Ten baseball is really bad. I'll be honest. Like when it comes to getting into postseason, they've done a bad job of like making themselves one of the more respectable conferences. Like, and we'll go through the Big Ten champions. Actually, we should just do that right now. Not the Big Ten champions, but the College
World Series champions.
The Big Ten teams, because I've done it before in the past, and you'd be really surprised how bad it actually is for the Big Ten.
I think Michigan was the only team, and I think that was like in 14 or 15 or something like that.
I think you might be right. So the D1 baseball history, Michigan was and I believe they just got runner up as well. Oh man, you do have to go back. 2019, so actually not too bad. But then the next Big Ten team from 2019, if you count it, 2013 UCLA won it. Do you count it?
No.
Okay, so you can't count 2013. We're still going. Still going.
So ACC, SEC, got it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in 98. I'm still not.
Okay, just stop it there. Just stop. Just ACC or SEC, got it. Okay, yeah. And your outliers from your Pac-12 every now and then, got it.
Yep, that's pretty much. So hopefully the Big Ten can shake things up. We did have Oregon. They get to host their regional. UCLA gets to host their regional. So we did bring a couple of Pac-12 schools to kind of bolster up baseball.
I don't want to hear that, though, because it's like y'all are not really Big Ten schools. Like, I feel like you have to have some skin in the game to be a Big Ten school. Like, they will always be kind of outside looking in, at least for, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, until they start beating everybody, and then it's like, maybe you do just say, yeah, these are the Big Ten teams. Totally. I mean, seriously, you do get some weight with those schools coming in and the baseball side of things. Football, we talk about this all the time. When we think of these new conferences, like we only ever thought about football, and then we kind of get into baseball season now, and like it's still kind of catching people off guard. UCLA fans, we might even mention it yesterday, like they're surprised to see Omaha as red as it was. So there's some learning things getting out of the way. They're like, 40 minutes away makes a lot more sense now. Why that's so red. So yeah, the Pac-12 schools are still feeling out, period. But you do got 2 of the former Pac-12 schools hosting regionals as now Big Ten schools. And then you got Nebraska in there. I'm missing one more Big Ten team, right? There's 4 of them. Or maybe I'm mistaken on that. Either way, I'll double check that. I won't waste time here. What I want to get to before we get to break the morning Pierson-El, did you catch the new Nebraska football turf?
Turf,
yeah. They did the red turf now in the end zones.
Oh, I was a little lost. I'm like, I thought they were changing the field to grass. Like, why is there still turf? But no, I did not.
Okay, so they did put the new turf down, and they're changing the designs of it. Yes, they are still putting in real grass, and they are still thinking about $1 billion renovation. So there's a lot of things going on. But here is the new turf that is finished. Do you like the red, or do you like it when it was that old school green grass with just the Nebraska in the end zone? You didn't have all that red.
It's something to get used to. Like I'm not opposed to it. It's different. It's gonna take a little bit time to accept. I'm just so used to the old way. It was like, well, I mean, it wasn't anything bad, but I mean, I like the red. It's not terrible. I like that better than the basketball changes. The basketball changes I was not a huge fan of. The court changes. I wasn't
on that. We disagreed on that a little bit.
You have your opinions. I have mine.
That we do. We all have them. DeMornay Pierson-El. This is my favorite part of this. I don't know if you caught this, but do you notice anything on this field, in particular on the opposing side of things, that looks like a big nuisance if you are the opposing team?
Black turf.
Yep, you got it. It is, if I can actually scroll into it. They got black turf.
Yeah, that's going to suck. Their feet going to be hot. Their toes going to be hot. Yeah, that's definitely an advantage. And it's in the sun? Yes.
Yeah. I noticed that, and there was, I can't remember, someone tweeted out and they didn't notice it. It is on the Nebraska sideline as well, but it was a couple of years back, maybe even just 1 year back. They switched the sidelines over. So Nebraska's in the shade when the sun is out anyway. So it's going to be absolutely.
It's going to hurt your feet. Like, you're not going to want to be able, you're not going to want to stand. So, I mean, that part, that's kind of savvy. I like that.
Okay, so you do like it.
Yeah. I'm all for advantages.
Some people called it quote unquote petty.
Petty. I mean, people, Miami does it. The Dolphins and the Hurricanes, they purposely sit people in the sun. Any advantage, I'll take it.
Give me the best home field advantages that you had to face as a Husker that you may have noticed, even if it's something small like the turf, small noticeable things that you actually think gave that team an edge. Because I don't know if I've seen black turf anywhere else.
Playing away?
Yeah, playing away in a visiting team stadium. Like, this is a factor. Whether it's a big deal, minor deal, it is a quote-unquote advantage.
Iowa Stadium with their fans right up on you. You have no room. They're hearing, the coaching changes and everything like that. At some point in time, that gets annoying. So I think that's a small thing that a lot of people might not realize of, actually how close, they are and how easily it would be able to kind of get distracted by fans, because the fans are going to be right
into perspective. Because we even have, you could argue, we have pretty tight sidelines as well, and we have that fence right there, and you do have the fans hanging over. But then when you go look at Iowa, you realize
it's right there. There's no room for anything. It's right there. I would say that for them. You could. It's not as close in Oregon, but Oregon Stadium is kind of the same thing. I still think Iowa's is closer. Minnesota, there's something with Minnesota. I just can't exactly. I think theirs is the opposite, because how Minnesota gets cold and everything like that.
Yeah.
They are actually in the sun, and I think they put the away team on the cooler side, because again, you get Minnesota, the weather and everything like that. I think it's the wind. You get hit by the wind more on one side or not. I know that's up there.
Especially for Minnesota, they get that warmth, because you get a late game as Wisconsin gets every year. That's annoying as hell. Especially if it's playing during the day and you're just sitting there in the freezing wind on the cold side, and then over there you got to play Minnesota, because Minnesota, what's coldest place to play in the Big Ten?
Man, it depends on what time of the year. It really depends on what time of the year. Playing at Iowa, and it's typically a Friday morning or either a Friday night game, that sucks. Anytime you play in Michigan and it's cold and raining, that sucks. Nebraska, depending on how the weather wants to act and everything like that, you catch a night game here or early morning game. I remember when they played Michigan State, and I think we beat them 9-6 or 9-3 or something like that. It was snowing.
Yeah.
So it really just depends, what game you go to Evanston, and they right there know their stadium really wasn't a stadium at all. You're not protected from the wind. You're catching that. That was another thing. For not Northwestern Stadium, their lights, for whatever reason, are in the perfect spot to blind you if you're looking for a pass. I don't really see it in too many other places, but theirs is distinctively different. It's purposely in your eyesight to catch it. It's annoying.
I think they just kind of put him up there, and that's what happened.
It works.
Yeah,
It works. But it depends. I mean, I would say definitely Wisconsin is up there. Anytime, late October, November, Iowa's up there. Ohio. It just depends. But I would say probably like those states probably are probably the coldest. I hated playing Wisconsin late. Hate it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's the Midwest. It really is. Like, what's today?
Minnesota. They had some terrible cold mornings. They're all like.
I always remember the Wisconsin ones being the absolute most brutal, bone-chilling games. Not as recent, but really during the Bo Pelini era. For whatever reason, I always remember those games being absolutely nightmares if you were sitting there outside. Luckily, I was inside. I have to go out in the freezing cold. But yeah, I always remember those games just being absolutely brutal. If you had to pick, the place today, and we'll go to break, the place today, and bringing in all the Pac-12 schools as well, that you think is the easiest location. That isn't, well, maybe Northwestern still gets it.
The easiest location, regardless of weather?
Yeah, worst home crowd or home stadium advantage.
I mean, I would say the Coliseum. I mean, who doesn't want to go to California in late November? Like, I mean, I'll take that cold weather, or whether it's Pasadena with UCLA. I mean, either or. You still got two great, stadiums, that are part of college football tradition. That takes the weather out. That takes the weather out of thing. I'd rather go to those two stadiums rather than Maryland, rather than Penn State. Ohio, like, yeah, I'll take any one of the West Coast stadiums outside of maybe Washington.
That's a good one. I think that too, right? You get to go play in a cathedral of college football, but at the same time, not the same cathedral. Like, there isn't that intimidation factor as there was in the past. It is not pack to pack shoulder. You can't hear yourself think like it used to be. Even like at UCLA, like that's also pretty. And we get to go play in both of them this year. We get to go play UCLA and down there at USC. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll get to see what those venues look like as visiting teams, but we will throw it to break. On the other side of things, we'll talk some NBA. We'll talk some play-by-play commentary. Doris Burke, she's had some funny moments. We'll talk about those as well. Don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour with the morning Pierson-El. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly, no matter what kind of weather.
with DeMornay Pierson-El. Final try, DeMornay.
Oh, there we go. We get back in.
All right, there we go. Problems there. Had to get them sorted out. Talking OKC, Thunder, Timberwolves, and then the East, Pacers, Knicks. 3-1, both sides of things. Are you surprised at all to see it 3-1, East and West?
Yes. It's pissing me off.
It's been boring.
It's making me look bad. I thought Minnesota would completely be different. I thought that one would be a little bit more even. And it was just, missed opportunity of things. I mean, in 2 games, you have over or almost 21 turnovers. Like, that's not a part of that. And I mean, I think this last one, I mean, y'all lost by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of self-inflicted. And it just, I expect a certain type of execution in those type of moments. You've gotten to that point 2 years in a row. The people that you've gone through to get there, it's how does something like that kind of happen? It's kind of mind-boggling, and it's like, clearly, when y'all want to turn it on, you can compete with them. It's not like they're a whole lot better than you, and I think other games of not having your team kind of show up holistically, and then the turnover situation. So I mean, OKC's taking care of business. Nothing, I tip my hat to them. I wasn't as confident with them, but they're doing what they need to. They look like a dominant team that probably will win, the whole thing. And on the East, I mean, Indiana's just a team that's not going away at all.
No, it's like no doubt going away either. It's like, okay, these guys are just good. They're flat out good. They're going to prove a challenge. I still don't know if they're going to prove a great challenge to the OKC Thunder, though. The way these guys just are flat out dominating. And what are your thoughts on Anthony Edwards? It hasn't been bad by him, but he hasn't been that guy. The guy that you're going to need some Superman performances to beat this Thunder.
For this series, I think he's definitely had a slower start. And I think how OKC has had so many bodies, and they got 3 like key defensive player pieces that can strictly just worry about defense and not have to worry about scoring on offense. Ant has to kind of do both on both ends. When you can pass, you can pass playing defense off of to 2 other people, and you can still get 3 other people score 20 points or score an average of 15 points. That helps out. I mean, we seen Ant the last game have a late start, and I mean, they still lose by 2. Now, if he'd have went by 30, if he'd have got 30, who knows or whatnot. But I mean, they were right then and there. They Minnesota can't afford for Ant to lose to start slow. And OKC doesn't necessarily need the guys that they're throwing at Ant to slow him down as a team to be successful on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and that's why the last game really hurt to me as well. As like SGA, he didn't play good. You can give me his stats, but 13 for 30. It's taking a ton of shots there. It's not a horrible percentage. I just don't know. They barely scraped out of it. And you can say, oh, that's not that bad stats. When I say I don't like that is like that the whole team's just very not in rhythm when you have that many shots. But it kind of worked out for him as, the only really bad shooting night was from Cason Wallace. He was 3 for 9, but Jalen Williams, 13 for 24, Chet, 9 for 14, Isaiah, 1 for 1, Dort, 1 for 3. Like I said, 13 for 30 for SGA. Alex Caruso was 4 for 7, 2 for 3 from Kenrich Williams. Really, SGA was like, you need to shoot less because everybody else was hitting at a really, really good rate, and they probably would have blew out the door in that one as well. And then, of course, SGA, he does do a good job getting his free throws. Whatever you think about that, whether you like it or not, I always go back to that's on the refs in the league for not getting that stuff under control. Players are going to abuse it. Kobe had the classic rip through move all the time. But is there any hope for East or West that they can come back from a 3-1?
No. No. If there was a team to do it, and I'm not super confident. I mean, I would say New York has a better chance to do it than Minnesota. Like I think Minnesota could possibly do it, but just the way that they've played and the way they look demoralized and their energy and everything like that, they might win one more game. Might. I think New York will probably win the next one, and potentially because I mean their games have been all close. Like it's and the first two games they were up by multiple points and kind of coasted and let things go. So it's just been them not really taking care of business and just kind of keeping the door open. So if I had to pick a team that could do it or potentially to do it or has a better chance to do it, I would say it's New York.
Yeah, simply for me, I agree. Just the games have been a lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much been mostly blowouts on the other side.
Outside of maybe 2 games? Maybe?
Yeah, just 2 games were close. All the other ones were, by definition, what you consider a blowout.
I mean, they were at least 12 points.
Mm-hmm. Not competitive at the end.
No.
Yeah. So you really only got 2 competitive games there. At least for the Pacers Knicks, it's had that exciting atmosphere. I will say, though, Doris Burke has been catching some heat. I'll give my opinion. I don't mind her play-by-play, especially when guys go do play-by-play for some of these blowouts. Keep that in mind. Where are you at with the Doris Burke play-by-play?
I mean, I like her. I think when it comes to basketball, I think she is one of the faces, one of the personalities. Like it would be different, like not having or not hearing her around something. So I mean, I don't understand why people are mad about certain things or whatever. But I mean, I like her. She's been there for a while,
and she knows ball. Like she's been in that forever. She's earned her stripes. So like I understand some people, I don't actually understand some people. Like I have no problems with it. She's earned her right. She's been in the business for
and people respect her.
Yes.
Like respect her. Like, and people won't fight, their opinion, versus like hers. And then I think she does a really, really good job of covering it. I think she has really good enthusiasm. I really think, she understands the game. She sets things up. And I don't see what's wrong with how she does things or how she goes about things and everything like that. Like I said, it's quite familiar. Like I said, I don't have no issues with it, and I don't see how anybody kind of could.
Absolutely. And if you're not with us yet, she just got some jokes every now and then. This one, I was cracking up. There's Doris Burke on the call on the Timberwolves win.
And I don't know much about history, but I know the French and German don't like one another. And Rudy says, bonjour, Mr. Hartenstein. Have a little bit of that left-handed dunk.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. She cracks me up sometimes.
I mean, it could be, some of those. I mean, what would be the difference from, Richard Jefferson? He's told terrible jokes. He's had terrible things. I mean, his dad jokes are very, very corny.
That's the part.
Kind of flat. So, I mean.
That's why you smirk and you lighten up a little bit. It's meant to be cheesy. Like, that's my whole thing is like, come on. We're having some fun here. Like, lighten up. Is it stupid? Of course it is. But I mean, it's Doris Burke.
It's not. It shouldn't be the end of the world of it. Like, come on now.
No. Lighten up a little bit. Doris Burke. She's earned the stripes. That's all I'm saying with it. She doesn't have to be your favorite play-by-play commentator. But if you try to go out there and say, oh, she doesn't know ball, she doesn't know what she's saying, then you're not listening. Because she does know ball. she's well respected as well. Like I said, you can have your favorites. I have my favorites, and it's not Doris, but I do think Doris definitely has a right, and she's good at it as well in her role there. But that's where I'm at with the NBA playoffs. It's 3-1. I think the real question is now DeMarne Pierson. We got a game tonight. Thunder Timberwolves. Can they extend it so it's not?
I hope so, but I mean, it's going to be in OKC. Like this just might be the nail in the coffin tonight.
It feels like it. And then we're at this point to, if this is the start of the OKC dynasty team, that's a nightmare of a situation for how young all these guys are right now. And if they win one now, would you consider this Thunder team better than the Harden, Durant?
No.
Yeah, because you asked me that yesterday.
No.
If they win this championship,
this group, for me, and this is just me personally, this group would have to win. I think 2 championships to be considered better than that trio. Because I mean, And I mean, it's still we still don't know if that trio, if this new trio breaks up, what will these other players be? We've seen that the first trio break up, and they all have been outright superstars, MVPs, league scoring, champions, and everything like that. So, Kevin Durant got championships once he left. James Harden, scoring titles and everything like that. Russell Westbrook, triple double this and everything like that. So like they would have to each of those individual players carried some weight of their own outside of the big three. And yes, I know that the first big three didn't necessarily get it, but it's like I still would choose those. If you could take those guys and change a little bit, I guarantee you that. And they were on the cusp of winning it together, and just kind of everybody wanted to eat and went their separate ways.
Those Warriors that the Thunder lost to, did those Warriors win the finals this year? That the Thunder lost to with that big three and Kevin Durant and James Harden and Russell Westbrook? Does that work? Of course they do, right?
I would think so.
I would think so too. Like maybe the Thunder, but I would think that Warriors team was so good. If you want to look at historical seasons, I know a lot of people are arguing about the SGA versus Jokic, but you know who's also in that group of like some of the most insane seasons and who's up there as one of the most? It's Steph Curry in that Warriors unit. So there is a clear indicative historical markers, just numeral wise, that this team was unreal in its own league. And that's the team that Thunder team lost to. So, like, even though some people might hear that and be like, "That's crazy if they win this one, they got to win a second one." Like, you really got
to. I think so, just because of the people of the other players of what they've done outside of their careers. At some point in time, like, OKC's best bet is to kind of copy what Boston do and pay your two highest players. Because at some point in time, Williams is gonna. He won't get a super max. Mm-hmm. He won't. Yeah, but he'll get a super max somewhere else. So will he want to decide to stay for money wise for his own beneficial and kind of do his own thing, kind of like how James Harden, kind of wanted to do and step outside of the shadow? I mean, he's putting a heck of a resume together. So you have to keep that, in the back. I don't know how long they're going to keep that team together. Just because of the stardom and the potential that some of these other players, can get. I mean, Williams is going to be a hot commodity, coming up here very soon. All defense, all-star, whatever you want. Like, he's going to be able to get a supermax, and they're not going to be able to pay Shea, him, and Chet all supermaxes. That ain't happening. So, as I said, their best bet is to kind of do what Boston did, and hopefully, somebody's willing to sacrifice and, maybe not get as much, you know what I mean? And you better hope you do that kind of before, like Boston, before they won a ship. You know what I mean? So if you don't do it this year, you might got another year or two, and a decision's going to have to be made.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Like, one of the worst problems for the OKC Thunder is like Williams has responded to nailing being that second guy. He's had a few bad games, but he's young, but he's really picking it up. And again, last game, 13 for 24, he was that second punch. And then you have Chet, who's also, you could argue, needs more of a role. Maybe him being the third guy, he needs to be more of that two guy because he is that efficient. So they're all meeting expectations. So you don't even have an argument if you don't want to pay those guys. So I think you're absolutely right. Like, you're going to have to start figuring out some of these checks sooner than later because they're all meeting that criteria of being super max guys. So interesting situation for the OKC Thunder. Could be on the cusp of a dynasty, which is crazy. And we're talking about that Thunder team with Harden, Russell Westbrook, and if it even compares to those guys, despite this being historical.
They also had something to see where they went wrong. And maybe, some people in that organization could have fixed it, pieced together some things before it got as bad as it did with that first group, to where they're not making those same mistakes with this group, and they keeping them, closer together, more niche. They iron some things out, So, Durant, Russell, and Harden, crawled so these guys can kind of walk. So, I mean, it's literally the same type of, blueprint of things. And it's a different situation that they're handling way better than what they did before, because you literally had legit 3 superstars, and you kind of hit hit the jackpot again, and kind of you're not too far off of that, with this core group of what you have in OKC now. So it's not too much different from what the other situation was. I think they're just handling it different to where it doesn't get that.
Yeah, and the personalities help too. Not to say that the other big 3 were bad guys, but like you see all these post game interviews, like they make it a big deal that the whole team's there, like they like each other. Just simply. Now that's not permanent; things always can change, but the team likes each other. So if you are the GM, like that gives you some hope. Like maybe they are willing to sacrifice a little bit of money because they seem to really just enjoy playing on the same team. And if you're winning rings, you're getting extra money. But to your point, there's definitely going to be some decisions ahead here for the OKC Thunder as they are playing tonight. Already had 3-1 though versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll throw it to break. We'll wrap up with some more Husker football. Don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. Talk to you in a bit.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, wrapping things up here, we got DeMornay Pierson-El, the former Husker wide receiver, special teams threat himself, and we only got a few minutes left here. So DeMornay Pierson-El, I'll ask you as we're getting closer and closer to Husker football. Still got a lot of offseason and Husker baseball this Friday, but since we got a couple minutes here, I'll ask you this. Give me the three things that make you the most optimistic about Husker football heading into this upcoming season.
Optimistic. I mean, Dana, like, like having him there with a young quarterback, and especially a quarterback with all the tools, a top quarterback like that. I mean, we seen what Dana could do with just in 3 weeks. You know, we haven't beat Wisconsin since 2013, and he put 45 up on them. So now you gave, Dana not only spring ball, but another, off season and coming back, fall camp to really, indulge and kind of put what he wants to put out there on the table. I think you can't overlook that. I think the defensive coaches that have brought in, especially, the linebackers coach, I think he is I don't think he gets enough credit or is spoken about enough as he should be, just for the intensity stuff that he brings, not only just the special team stuff, but that linebacker position is young. We lost some pieces there and everything like that. For you to have a coach, for him to, coach Levante David, to coach, Will Compton and all of that and everything like that. He knows what it looks like. You go back and look at, what it was doing at Tennessee in the SEC and everything like that. Tennessee was a top 10 team. You know what I mean? So that experience, that intensity, and what he has to bring to the table, and especially, the linebacker to be, the quarterback of the defense, I think with his guidance, I think it's underrated. That doesn't get, talked about as much. And then that third one, I think holistically returning players on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I know we did lose a lot and everything like that, but I think Rule's vision of everybody playing, everybody getting reps and everything like that, even last year, I think that, like, we'll see kind of why he was speaking on that, and I think that will show up a lot more at other positions. That's not just on one side of the ball, but I think holistically, because you do have a lot of guys that do have playing experience, and I think that will be in our benefit for sure.
Well said. You stole my first one. I agree with you on the Dana part. Yeah, he's 1A for me. Part 2 would be Dylan Raiola isn't a freshman. I thought he was fine that first year, but good to see him. He looks older. And then the third one, Mike Eckler. Big deal. I have some faith in the special teams. But with that being said, we got to get out of here. Up next, Off the Field with Kendall Lanier. Good morning, Pierson-El. Appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you one more time tomorrow. Thick weeknights. We'll keep it rolling.